obviously you weren't here last year to the final, but do you even feel the extra juice in this matchup between the two teams?
I absolutely did. I feel like I got into a gladiator match with Perry in the second period in front of the net, just because that's the type of game this is when you play this team and you feel the energy and the emotion, and just from the other players too. That when you arrive today, just however they'd been playing lately, however we'd been playing, it's still a lot of implications from last year, a lot of boil over. So I thought our guys did a really good job of harnessing it, especially going on the third period. That was pretty tight game through two, and for us to get out there in the third period, and I thought we did a much better job with their speed and their forecheck and limiting their chances than we did in the first two.
Anton Lundell made a lot of special plays on your goal in particular.
Yeah.
What did you see from him tonight?
You know what? When he wants to be a man, like when he has his body in his position, he can really take over and dominate a game. And I think that's something that, as a young player, he's only learning to get better and better at. And that's something that it's going to be fun. It's fun to watch his progression as a young kid growing into a man in this league and understanding that what he can do on a nightly basis is awesome. It's fun to be a part of.
How important was it to get coming out of the break, get off to a pretty good start? I mean, that Seattle game could have gone either way, but
yeah.
2-1.
Yeah, I like that. Over the last month, we really liked our game and how we're playing, and sometimes you win, sometimes you don't. But if you're playing the right way, you enjoy that that feeling that when you come in the rink, even if you do drop one, that you did the right thing. And I think that our team right now understands this time of the year. You could start to smell a little bit of a different, little bit of blood in the water for this time of year for our guys that have been thirsting for it after everything they've gone through last year.
And you look at off the defenseman scoring, right?
Yeah.
That gets in.
That's right.
And,
anytime our defensemen get up in the ice, and I just think that's the type of game that we need to play, and that we do play. That counterattack, that counter, through the neutral zone, getting your D up. That's so hard. As a defenseman, it's really tough when you turn the puck over and you have 2, 3, 4, and that defenseman jumps in that hole. There's nothing you can do, right? There's nothing. You just back into your goalie and hope for a save, and hope that somebody catches him on the back check. I mean, that's just the nature of the beast. If you turn the puck over in the neutral zone.
How much fun are you having right now?
I'm having a whole heap of a lot of fun. This is it's a team that you just know what to expect. You know what to expect out of yourself. You know what your game's supposed to look like, and that's something for me that at any player I think that thirsts for that type of structure and that type of accountability from your coach, from your other players too. I mean, the room knows what your game's supposed to look like, and 18, 19 guys look the same every night.
Is it easier to play loose when you're not worried about?
Yeah, for sure. No, I think it's always something that's you got to strive to put in the back, put out of your mind. But I think this team gives you, empowers you to play the game that you need to play inside the system. And I think that's what I've found myself and how I can fit in with this group.
You've had this block of like 20 to 30 games now where you've been next to Uvis, Balinskis, and it seems like you guys have developed chemistry. I mean, how is it like playing with him?
Yeah, you know what? I think one thing that I got bequeathed by a couple veteran defensemen when I first came in the league was, you better talk to me, because this partnership is like a marriage. You need to, if we don't talk, then there's going to be problems. And so I think that him and I have, establish a rapport between each other. And I think, him opening up and talking and me communicating on the ice, I just think the game just becomes a lot easier and it becomes a lot more simple. It's usually a guy that makes the play of the middle of the ice isn't the guy that sees the play. It's his partner, right? Like there's a time where, I wheeled the net tonight, made a play up to the boards, and that's him yelling me to wheel, and I have time to make that play. I mean, if not, you're usually a little bit more skittish about where you're trying to look for the next play. And I think that's a huge part of as a defensive pair. I think that's why I think Eki and Forsey have been so good together for so long. You hear how much they communicate on the ice, and I think that's number one, as a defense pair.